Do you want to learn the best warm-up exercises to do before a workout? In this video, we are going to take you through a simple routine that you can do anywhere before any training session or athletic event so that you feel ready to perform at your best. Let's go. So we're going to show you a great way to mobilize before or after a workout so that you feel ready to work out or so that you feel recovered and ready for your next training session. And the cool thing is the only two pieces of equipment that you're going to need is a foam roller and a lacrosse ball. And you can find links for both of our top picks for those linked up in the description box below. Now let's start out with the foam roller. To start out with the foam roller, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to massage and release the part of our upper back. So with this, you're going to put it to the top section of your back. You're going to lay back on it. Lap both hands on top of each other, put them over your head, and you're gonna rock back and forth, nice and slow, making sure that you're getting all those little clicks and pops out. You don't wanna go too fast on this, and your goal is that if you feel a really tight spot in any part of your upper back, that you hang out there, you relax, allow blood flow to come in there, and then release. Your goal is 45 seconds for there, and then you're ready to move on to the second movement. For our second part, we're gonna be able to massage our hips. So with this, we're gonna take this, put it right at the top of our glute. We're gonna take our ankle, put it over our knee, and our other hand is planted flat on the ground. From here, we're gonna rock back and forth through our glute to the top part of our hip. Now, this is a hard place for a lot of us to stretch, but it's actually really important because many of us spend a lot of times in chairs or at a desk all day, and we don't get a lot of blood flow in our hips. So by doing this, we're releasing that tension, getting blood flow and circulation so that we can promote healing and so that we have better range of motion when we're working out. We're gonna do 45 seconds on one side, and we'll switch and do 45 seconds on the other. Next, we're gonna get our IT band, or the side of our thigh. And just like with our hips, it's actually one of the hardest places for us to stretch. So with this, you're gonna put that foam roller perpendicular or across your thigh. You're then going to put all of your weight on it with one or two hands on the ground for support. I like to come down to my forearm. Now, if you wanna get more of your hamstring, you'll put that foot planted behind you. But if you wanna get more of your quadricep, you'll take that foot and you'll put it in front. So since I'm trying to get my IT band, I'm going to focus by putting my foot on front and I'm rocking back and forth. The great thing about using a foam roller and a lacrosse ball is that you're going to know if you have a tight spot that needs a little bit more circulation by how it feels. Some days you'll come and you'll do the foam roller and it won't feel very tight at all, and other days it'll feel really tight. Just like all the other movements and positions, 45 seconds on one side, and then we'll switch to 45 seconds on the other side. Last, we're gonna be able to get our hamstring. So with this, we're gonna put it at the top of our glute. We're going to put both hands on the ground and then put all that pressure onto the foam roller. Now we can rotate our ankle in and out to be able to get our inner thigh or to get closer to our IT band. And we can go all the way back to the top of our knee and then all the way to the bottom of our glute. Now, with a lot of squats, with a lot of deadlifts, you'll notice that this will be a great way to release a lot of that tension and to make sure that you feel mobilized. 45 seconds on one side, switch, and then 45 seconds on the other. So 3 movements plus your back, and you're ready to go. You've mobilized your entire lower body. You're gonna feel like you can squat better, your hips are gonna feel more open, and you're gonna feel like you can recover a lot faster. Notice that this is one of the biggest ways that my clients have been able to heal up in between workouts and to have them coming back stronger every single session. Next, we're gonna show you how to use this lacrosse ball to be able to get a lot of the spots in your upper body for trigger point release therapy. So we're about to show you how to use this simple lacrosse ball to be able to get what we call the poor man's massage, or if you don't have a lot of time, to be able to get a massage for a lot of places in your upper body. So we're gonna focus on just a few places, and one of the places is our back. So Tiffany's gonna turn around and we're gonna show you all the different places that you need to hit. The first place is that we wanna hit the bottom of our neck. so on both sides, on either side of the base of her neck. And we're gonna hang out about 45 seconds there on each side. The next place we're gonna do is along each part of the top of her spine, on both sides, left and right, 45 seconds for each side. And for these, we're gonna be going in an upward motion, rocking back and forth, up and down to hit both of those. And the last part of our back is we wanna hit the posterior deltoids. Now, with most people who are sitting at a desk all day, you notice that their shoulders will round forward and that they're really, really tight in their shoulders. In order for us to be able to get that blood flow and to open up again, we're gonna hit this back part of our shoulder on both sides for us to be able to open up and be able to make sure that we're getting enough blood flow. So she's gonna feel around all the way around this back part of her shoulder for her posterior deltoid, 45 seconds on one side, then she'll switch over to 45 seconds on the other side. You can turn around now, Tiffany. Now, if she feels like her hips are still pretty tight, even after hitting that lacrosse ball, she knows that she can put that lacrosse ball high on her hip, lean against the wall, and be able to put all of her leverage and use the wall to be able to bear her weight to get those hard to reach spots to release into her hip. And last but not least, we can use our lacrosse ball to go to the base of our skull. So Tiffany, if you pull your hair back one more time, there we go. So right at the bottom of her skull, right where her hairline and her neck meet at the top of her neck, she's gonna take some time to be able to release her neck. So with this is something that, especially if you're doing any handstand push-ups or overhead pressing work, spending about 45 seconds rubbing out and making sure that this feels nice and tender after using it for about 45 seconds, and she'll be ready to move on. You can do this before you work out, you can do this after you work out. Either way, you're gonna get a lot more blood flow into your upper body. So using the lacrosse ball and the foam roller in combination is a great way to make sure that you're ready either before a workout or to make sure that you feel great after a workout.